Sorry.
Already hate it here. Hello, I'm Justin. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Today, Araxys 2.0 is coming out. Araxys 1.0 came out in January of 2023, so we are coming full circle here to a collection that people are pretty fond of. Unlike what you're seeing on the screen here being Tact Force, this is really not good. 0 out of 5. We do have the year-end event pass, and it's pretty cool. It's free. Just log on to the game, play, get some XP, and you will unlock all of this stuff here. The different title, Radianite, Afternoon Asada card, ZZZ title, which is pretty funny, Pass the Sticks card, more Radianite, and the Dayglow Duo card. Pretty cute stuff. Free stuff is always good. Just log on and play. But now let's cut to the Araxys 2.0 collection. Okay, this is really cool. I'm really excited for this. The price, as you can see, is 8,700 VP. That's what the last collection cost. There is 8 items in total with this. Each skin is going to be 2,175 VP. The melee is going to be 5,350 VP, which I believe this is the same price as the Kuronami no Yaiba. Let's buy it. Nice. I'm giving away VP to 20 people thanks to today's sponsor, Buff, a tried and true app of Overwolf, and an app that has been helping Valorant players get skins for the last 5 years. I've used Buff since basically the beginning of Valorant, but for those of you who don't have it, by going to the link in the description or the pinned comment, you can start playing your favorite games and earning rewards for them. And you can use your Buff points to purchase gift cards and other goodies, literally just for playing the games that you were already playing anyways. And on your favorite games, Buff also has challenges that you can do to earn even more points, like I did here on Valorant. And you can see that I have 3,900 points, and I'm going to use them to buy a PlayStation gift card so that way I can then turn it into Valorant points from my PlayStation 5. And it was that easy to get Valorant points just by playing games that I enjoy. Download Buff today in the link in the description or in the pinned comment, and when you reply to the pinned comment with your Buff username, you just may win free Valorant points. You won't want to miss out on this. Buff is one of the most important apps that you as a Valorant player can have. Download it today in the link in the description or the pinned comment. I wholeheartedly recommend it. A really big picture with this is going to be the Araxys Guardian. This is the first Guardian with a finisher in a very long time. I've seen people sort of leave me comments on my videos saying that Soul Strife was the last like upgradable Guardian skin, and then before that, I don't know what the last Guardian skin with the finisher was. Do leave a comment if you know what it was, but I know that it's probably been like 2 years, at least a year, since we've had a Guardian with a finisher. Cool stuff. We have the entire Araxys 2.0 collection here on the screen. We're going to upgrade this stuff as well, but the very first thing that I want to do is take a look at the melee. Side note, they also updated how the variant tiles look for this, so when you go to select it, it's just like a little small quality of life thing. I want to take a look at this on level 1. Let's go do that right now. Alrighty, here we are on the range. Let's see that melee. Honestly, again, this is just like the Kuronami no Yaiba. On level 1, the Kuronami melee is literally S tier, and this is sort of going to be up for debate because the first melee, Kuronami, is sort of the blueprint for this to be able to exist. The Araxys, whatever they're calling this. Now, this will have different animations when you upgrade it, and we will get to that, but just by itself, without the upgrades, it's the exact same as Kuronami on level 1. Oh, that's so clean. Now, again, you may want to just keep this on level 1, but I think something like Kuronami can really be great on level 1 because it looks really cool just by itself. You don't need the variants necessarily because it looks really good. It's nice and neutral. This, however, you might not like the variant for this, and that may be the big selling point as to why you would want to upgrade this, in my opinion. Not everybody's going to vibe with sort of the non-neutral yellow tone of the... Again, I don't know what the name of this is. I know what the claw is called, the Bio Harvester. This is like the Bio something. We'll see when we get in the inventory. Let's go back now. Another key point that I would like to point out about this next is we're going to go to the buddy, set this to favorites. Here is the Araxys Episode 9 buddy, the 2.0 buddy. This is what it looks like. Really cool. Let's equip it. Now, when we go back and we look at the variants for this, this actually changes with the variants, unlike the first one. Here all the variants for the buddy are, you know, again, it just matches the chromas for the skins as they should. Very standard stuff, and it's really cool that they're doing this time around because really they should have done it with the very first buddy for this. And let's take a look right now. You know, spoiler alert, it's not going to change. This buddy still does not change with it. I don't know why. They could easily go in and just make it do it for free. It wouldn't cost them anything, and it would make the game better, make the community happier, but I digress. Also, it's funny, but there is a Phantom with this collection. Like, that's supposed to be like, oh, wow, there's a Phantom. Who cares about the Araxys 2.0 Phantom when we finally have a new Guardian skin with a finisher? You can go and you can select level 4, and then you can upgrade it all at once. You see that there's a button that says unlock levels 2 to 4 for 30 Radianite, which is is supposed to make it quicker. In the past, you just had to do it one at a time, which is really not a big deal. This is a very, very tiny quality of life thing. Let's just give it a whirl. Cool. That was quick. Next up, we need a variant for this. You know what? I'm going to do it. Whatever, dude. Tremendous rip-off cost and whatever. And before some actually Redditor tries to comment saying, oh, just buy the Battle Pass, I'm basically at the end of the Battle Pass. If I bought the rest of the Battle Pass levels, I would get 10 Radiantite, which wouldn't be enough. This has 1 upgrade in total. There it is. And for this, I think, God, see, the variants for this are so clean. I really, really think they hit the variants for this out of the park. Yeah, no, we're definitely doing black and red. Gotta go with black and red for this. Let's upgrade it all in one go, mind you. Nice. Cool. We're doing it so we can review it. It's worth it this time around. Cool. With that in mind, though, let's go into the range and take a look at everything. I'm going to show everything in left-handed mode with no commentary. Let's do it. Alrighty, here we are at the range to put on some stuff. Yeah, stars of the show here. I did a video on the skins that go best with Vice, and this looks really, really good. Araxys and the silver variant is one of the ones I chose. This looks awesome in her hands. But let's see the pullout and the inspect. That's so cool. That's awesome. I really like that a lot. Let's see the ADS. Of course. And let's give this a fire. Again, this is the first Guardian with a finisher and full-fledged upgrades in literally over a year, at least. Probably way longer than that. Let's do it. Wow, I love that. The sounds of this are just so good, dude. They're so, so good. And the bullets, we'll do a little slow-mo of that. Obviously, I'll probably do a short of that too. But that was really cool. There the reload is. Nice. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to look at with this. So I guess next up we will do Atomizer. I don't really quite like the name for it. Let's see that pull out again. I'll be quiet for it this time. Sorry. Nice. And then that brandishes. So again, that's what's different versus the Kuronami no Yaiba. It's not supposed to be like better or worse. It's just supposed to be different. And I think that's always sort of the case with stuff like this. That's a continuation of a base animation and model. So let's see it again. That looks really cool. And like, it strikes me as like TF2 taunt kill. Like you could go up behind somebody and do this and you would get the elim on them, you know? Like electrocute their brain. Let's take a look at the swings, though. Just stays true to the original Kuronami no Yaiba. And again, I don't know if this is really better or worse. Time really is going to tell. Again, this is really just an aesthetic adaptation. You may like the simplicity of Kuronami's melee, but with this, it's supposed to be like different and extra, you know? So, I don't know. Do leave your comments down below about how you're feeling about this so far, but you know, just based off my first glance with this, I think I like Kuronami, but not because this is a bad melee. This is really cool. It's just entirely different, almost, in essence, of Kuronami. We got other stuff to look at, though. Let's take a look at the Sheriff. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome, dude. Firing sounds are so good, and actually the Sheriff is pretty good with this. It is a little bit bulky, as I sort of predicted when this first leaked, but it feels good. It feels nice and light. Like, the sounds and just the way that you sort of move with this feels light, despite it being a bulkier item. Really, really vibing with the sounds. Really good. Nice and crisp. Nice. Let's take a look at the Phantom, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really interested in. Kind of standard stuff. It's really not too crazy. It's just exactly what you would expect. And again, I think it just really gives a lot of stock to the Guardian. But we'll go back to that. See the inspect. It is good stuff. And I would just like to say, too, that when Singularity 2.0 came out, I was very critical of it because it really wasn't that good of a bundle. It's really overrated, in my opinion. And I know it's going to make a lot of the Singularity glazers, so to speak, cry. A comment I got a lot was saying, well, Singularity is actually supposed to just be Araxys. Now that we actually have the Araxys 2.0 Phantom, here's the brandish for it. Here's the pullout. It's entirely different. Singularity has literally zero to do with Araxys. If you were wrong about that, I'll stand on business with that one. So as a standalone item, this is not bad at all. I just really think that it is completely outshined by everything else in this because, again, there's just so many Phantom skins that exist, and when something like a Guardian, which is so rare to have something new come out with it at all, let alone something that people really enjoy, it's exciting and it just really overshadows this. I really don't see a reason as to why somebody would buy the Araxys Phantom other than being a really big fan of Araxys just by itself. I think they just hit this out of the park super duper good, and it's just perfect. We needed a new Guardian skin. We needed one with a finisher. We needed something that we could trust from a bundle that people enjoy. This was the right call. It took up a really long time, but we're here, and I'm happy we're here with this new Guardian skin. However, let's take a look at the Outlaw. Outlaw is a really interesting case with this because the animations for the pullout for the Outlaw are so quick, as you can see, that you can't really see the little details that Araxys provides. So we'll take a look at this in slow motion. See, it's just done in an instant, and it's not to say that it's bad. It's just an interesting concept that they chose an Outlaw for this, and I was personally shocked that they chose an Outlaw because they've been doing so many skins for this item, and it's so new, and it's just good. Like, I'm excited that there's more Outlaw skins. This is one of my favorite items in Valorant history. It's really slept on, but let's take a look. Those firing sounds, the scope closing there. Look at that. See, the scope is open. Now look what happens when we fire it and reload. It closes, dude. That's awesome. And we'll take a look at the brandish. I'm curious to see. Oh, just stock. That's fine. It is cool still. It's really cool. Like, stock is not disappointing. I was just kind of hoping that they would do what they do with this, where they sort of hold it up, you know? But makes complete sense that it wouldn't be able to do that. Like, why would it? But I think it personally would have been really cool if it did the holding up animation. Like, it would have just been a little layer, but it's not like a nitpick or anything. It's still awesome how it is. I really, really dig this set. This is looking really good so far. I'm happy that after Tactiforce came out and made me not want to play this game, that there's a new bundle in the game that makes me want to go out and try this stuff out. But seriously, how are you guys feeling about this stuff so far? Like, what is your sort of thought with this? Does this live up to Araxys 1.0? Is it better? How are you feeling about the Phantom just as a standalone item? Are you excited about the Guardian? Leave all your thoughts and anything that we're not sort of talking about in this video down in the comment section, because that's what this is all about, is reviewing this and getting the info out there to people who may want to buy this, because this is a big purchase to make. Oh yeah, and here's the spray. Wow, very cool. Booze. Comparatively to the first Araxys spray, I think this is definitely a little bit better because it expands on, like, the characters that you've seen in the cinematics, whereas the first spray is sort of just like a screen with unknown symbols on it. So I don't know. Out of 5, there is 5 items. We're gonna rate that. So honestly, bear with me when I say this. I hazard to say that this is a 4 out of 5. Across the board, all of this stuff is really good. It stays true to the original Araxys stuff, which I think is a really big plus. This is a really fun set altogether, and I think that, again, there's nothing wrong with this at all. The only weak point of this is probably just going to be the Phantom, because everything else is so much cooler. And then likewise, even with the melee, like, you just may have a different preference. It's not to say this is bad at all, but preferentially, you just may not prefer futuristic versus traditional. However, that is my rating for it. Do let me know what you guys are thinking of this stuff. Araxys 2.0. What did we miss with this? What should we be talking about? What is your favorite part of this? Where's something that they're not quite hitting with it? Leave it all down below in the comment section. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. As always, I'm Justin, and you're not.